what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right, guys. Hello. Hey, Miss Carla. Hey, Miss Carla. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I have YouTube on my right, Instagram on my left, and I have lovely Facebook in the middle. All right, before we get into our topic, we're going to do our midweek check-in. My chair's sitting up kind of high, so I'm good. All right. It's pretty bright. This is always pretty bright for you guys. All right, so our midweek check-in is everything that I posted up there today. I think I posted it kind of really early. Phones was crazy on this stretch. Tomorrow is 4th of July. So it's going to be a 4th of July stretch. Thursday, Friday, Saturday stretch. All right, so if you're feeling great, put a red emoji heart up there. If you're feeling okay, put a blue emoji heart up there. If you're feeling put a yellow emoji heart up there. If you're feeling that things are tough and you're struggling, put a green emoji heart up there. I will reach out to you. I will. If you're feeling that you're having a hard time and you wouldn't mind if someone was to reach out to you, put a purple emoji heart up there. Hey, Miss Carla, you're feeling cool and self-restraint. You put up like 9 emoji hearts. You know, I'm gonna get you for that. If you're putting a broken heart emoji up there, if you're really in a dark place, please let me know. If you are, I want you to log off of this live feed and call 988. Someone will reach out to you. A crisis counselor will talk to you. Everything that you tell them is confidential. Someone will try to come out to you. If you would like them to come out to you and meet with you face to face, that will happen. If you are having harmony and balance in your life, put that purple heart, pink emoji heart up there. If you're feeling optimistic and uplifting, put our orange emoji heart up there. If you're feeling kind of poopy with the poop emoji characteristics or the brown emoji heart, put that up there. I placed up there that white emoji heart this afternoon. I'm having some mixed emotions, some blankness, some innocence. I really wanted to do minimum today, but I did not do that. I was able to do an awesome goal today, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Miss Carla, again, she put that she's feeling cool and self-restraint. She put the gray emoji heart up there. If you're feeling relaxing and friendly, put the light blue emoji heart up there. And if you're having some sadness and anger, go ahead and put that black emoji heart up there. I post this every Wednesday for you guys. It's a cool thing to get, use with your friends, your family, your teenagers, even your small children. Everybody likes to post emojis. It's a cool way to, communicate with everyone. I'm going through one of them hot things right now. I'm going through one of them. I'm looking around like, where is it? How is everyone doing? This heat wave, we came back to some heat, didn't we? Me and my husband. So we were not on, I did not come on the 26th of June. Me and my husband took a short little travel. We were in Hawaii. He had a birthday on the 22nd. Our 3-year anniversary was on the 26th. And I also went over there for my to spread my dad ashes. Um, while over there, my mom passed away. So that's why I feel like all these mixed emotions. My dad, death of his anniversary is tomorrow. My dad will, he passed on July 4th. There's been a lot going on, not just with my family, not just with me, but within the world, with, everybody in their, their families. It's been a lot um, going on. So checking on your friends, checking on those people that tend to say they're all right. Just ask them again, how are you feeling? um Send them some love, send them a voice message, let them know that they can call you, um in the wee hours. I'm going to give a big shout out to Renee Poland. That's my middle school BFF. She called me yesterday at the right moment and at the right time. These are people that I've grown up with 30, 40 years. I have known these people, and she called me. Renee, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. She has also lost her mother. She's an only child, and she still is going through the grieving process. But she was able to reach out to me yesterday and let me know some things. And I was like, listen, you know how we used to ride back in the day. I'm from a girl from North Philly. So thank you, Miss Poland. Oh, her name's not Poland anymore. Excuse me. Thank you, Renee. So let's get into what July is. July is National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, and they raise awareness for the mental health struggles faced by minority communities. Make July a month for solidarity and education for uh can't read that. For those who feel unheard, people are encouraged to share pictures, poems, and videos on social media using hashtag depth depth of my identity. Hashtag depth of my identity. So July is National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. That is what July is for. I'm sure there's other awarenesses in July, and I will look those up as we go through the um, month of July. We just celebrated a wonderful person's birthday. My daughter turned 28 June 30th. If y'all seen a little slide that came on July 1st, we said happy birthday. We sung happy birthday to my 28-year-old daughter. We do cake and ice cream every year for anybody that is in my immediate family. And I was explaining to my husband, because we've only been married 3 years, we've known each other for 4. So we're kind of into trying to get to still know each other and get into it's still saying it has slow connection with this Facebook on my phone. So trying to get to know each other and each other's how can I say this? Traditions from families. So while we were feeding on Sunday, my other daughter called and was like, Mom, is anybody at the house? We're going to be who's going to be bringing the cake and ice cream? I'm feeding, and he's listening to it, and the message was all wrong. While I got in the car, he was like, well, somebody brought cake and ice cream to the house, and I'm like, well, who? And my daughter's involved in a relationship, and I was like, oh, if her boyfriend brought her cake and ice cream, that's fine. I wasn't upset, because I'm always the one that buys the cake and ice cream for everybody in the family. So when I got home on Sunday, I looked in the refrigerator, there was no cake. I looked in the freezer, there was no ice cream. So I sent the text out to the immediate family, the whole circle of people. I said, there's going to be a rain date for July 1st, come to the house at 9 p.m. We're going to still sing happy birthday to the birthday girl and have cake and ice cream. Of course, my youngest daughter and her significant other couldn't make it, but trust me, the 28-year-old was downstairs like, "Where's my cake and ice cream?" and singing the happy birthday song to me. So that's a tradition. It doesn't matter how old they get. When everybody's birthday comes up, I buy cake and I buy ice cream and we sing happy birthday every year, each year. I don't care if they're 90 and I'm 150. I will buy them a cake and I will sing happy birthday to my kids. That's just a tradition that we do. And they enjoy it. They do. So, guys, tonight's topic is my mind is playing tricks on me, dispelling curse words. So this topic is a hot topic because, me and my niece was talking about this all week. Negative thinking, overthinking, having anxiety, doing things and putting things off, impulsive thinking. And I was like, maybe I should do something, that pertains to this. And I let y'all know that my mom passed while I was in Hawaii. And so I was having a lot of I was thinking over, having thoughts over and over again, overthinking things, thinking about stuff in the past, something small. My uncle was saying, "Ain't your name Kimberly?" And it just hit me. I was like, "No, that is not my name." I was defending my name. My name is not Kimberly. He was like, "Your name is Kimberly." I said, "It's not Kimberly." And I had to let him know why my name was not Kimberly. And so he had to go outside. My uncle had to go outside and ask my twin, "What is your name?" Because he thought our names was Kim and Kimberly. I said, "That's not my name." I'm telling you, that's not my. I said, "That's what I wanted my name to be," because I got teased in school about my name. So him and my guys go back, come back in the house and was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "That's not on my birth certificate. It's not on my social security card. My name is Kimble." So that brought back a lot of. I got bullied in school all the way up to 12th grade. I got bullied. So let's get into this thing. Your mind is playing tricks on you. So let's start with overthinking. So of course I had to look some of this stuff up, right? So to overthink is to think too much about something, to put too much time into thinking about or analyzing something in a way that is more harmful than helpful, like us overthinkers. But the problem is you're overthinking this. You're taking too much time on this thing. We contemplate and we consider things. You deliberate and debate. It can be something small. It can be something large in life. It can be something simple. Then it can be something very complicated. It can be making an easy decision, and then it can be something really complex. The process of exceedingly dwelling on or analyzing a particular thought, event, or situation, leading to unnecessary worry. And this is from Stacy Alexander. She was a student at Southern New Hampshire University. You're dwelling on your mistakes, problems, and shortcomings. It increases your chances of what does it say? Being affected by your mental health problems. So you're basically thinking on past mistakes, something that you don't want to happen again when you're overthinking. Overthinking can set you up for a vicious cycle that is hard to break. It wreaks havoc on your mental peace as you lose peace of mind. That's happened to me before. You ever have that feeling where you're having a problem, you have a stressful day, and you go in the kitchen, you're like, "What did I come into the kitchen for?" Because your mind is somewhere else. Whatever that small thing is, Since you've been thinking about it so long, now that small thing has become a large thing. That small thing is taking over your whole entire day. Then you transition from overthinking, now it's coming into rumination. So, rumination, your thoughts become so persistent. Thinking is compulsive now, continuous. You don't have a solution for it now. You can't problem solve. You can't stop the loop, the over and over and over and over. To point out where the distraction came from, the importance of things you need to take care of and things you need to handle. It won't change any outcome from the past. You know, we can't go in the past and change anything. So, what does ruminating mean? Rumination involves repetitive thinking or dwelling on negative feelings and distress. I can't see with the. I don't know what's going on with my glasses tonight. Is it the It is the light. I'm sorry, guys. I'm blind as a bat. Get the proper specs. There we go. Yes. Yes. I don't know what's wrong with them tonight. Ruminating involves repetitive thinking or dwelling on negative feelings and distress and their causes and consequences. See, when you overthinking, you're just thinking about it. You may not even have any consequences. So if you go into to the kitchen and you forgot what you went into the kitchen for, you're gonna go back to what you were doing before. The repetitive negative aspects of rumination can contribute to development of depression, anxiety, and it can get worse. You can have worse existing conditions. During emotional processing, we problem solve and use other thoughts productively to resolve and upset the situation. When ruminating, our thoughts become unproductive and negative as we go over and over the same details of a situation, either in our head or discussing it with others. Have you had your friend come to you and they said the same thing one day, and the next day they say the same thing? And the next day they say the same thing. Next week they want the same thing. It can be about their baby daddy. Now you know he ain't nothing. We know he ain't nothing. She know he ain't nothing. Even the kids know he ain't nothing. But it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. She has no solution. She don't know what to do. But she can't pinpoint where everything went wrong. As we try to process difficult emotions or become stuck in a negative pattern or replaying past hurts without moving towards solutions or feelings of resolution. What you said, Miss Carter, you said you said what? Come on now. Yes, I thought it was a stage of dementia. Don't be diagnosing yourself, honey. Oh, truly different. That's me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they call them racing thoughts. I'm gonna get to that. As we try to process difficult emotions, we become stuck. You ever see something on TV when in a movie and they play that same scene the second time for that person, and that scene come back for that person? They stuck in that scene. They stuck in that moment. They stuck in that time lapse. They're stuck. They can't get out of that situation. And negative patterns of replaying past hurts without moving forward. Solutions are feelings of resolution. There's no resolution. What am I going to do? How am I going to get out of this? What distinguishes rumination from productive emotional processing or problem solving is that rumination doesn't generate new ways of thinking, new behaviors, or new possibilities. Ruminative thinkers go over the same information, repeating without change, and stay in negative mindsets. Now ask yourself, why do we ruminate? We ruminate to make sense of a situation or emotional response. We want to gain acceptance of a situation. Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? We want to seek a reassurance of why we are right. That's what men say about women, right? They always think we right. We want to, problem solve, especially women. We want to problem solve. We want to fix it. Prevent something similar to happening from happening again. So if you're involved in an intimate relationship and you know you're not supposed to be in that relationship, you just want to try to stay and hang in there. You want to fix it. Ms. Carter said, I'm all over the place when I'm stuck. I call it a senior moment. My mind stem myself and I can't diagnose. You shut down. They're still being stuck. When something's shut down, that means it doesn't move. It means it's stuck. So we want to feel heard and we want to seek validation. The last one says we want to justify absolving ourselves of responsibility for a situation. So we want to make sure that we absolve ourselves of the responsibility of the situation. I clean my hands of this situation. I take full responsibility. I'm trying to fix this thing. And if this thing is unfixable, I'm done. This is all on you. Let's call it. Yesterday, I told my pastors, get out my house. I said, get out my house. Signs you may be ruminating. When you're focusing on a problem for more than a few minutes. When you're feeling worse than you did before you started thinking. When no movement toward accepting and moving on. When you're no closer to a viable solution. So let's talk about those negative thoughts. Because we all have them. I got 1, 2, 3 written down here. If you can help me out, if you have any negative thoughts, if you feel led to put some in the chat, you put some in the chat. You can't sleep. It usually happens at night. Well, because in the daytime, Miss Carla, you're usually busy. So at night you by yourself. Your mind is ready to settle down. I'm sorry, your body is ready to settle down, and your mind is like, no, it ain't. We ain't doing that. So some negative thoughts that I thought of is, I'll never be good enough. I'll never be good enough. And I've had that thought to myself. Why no one loves me is one of mine. Mm-hmm. This is one I have too. My husband probably won't choke. They must think I'm stupid for saying that. I'm like, I'm stupid. Or I say, y'all don't think I got street smarts? I got some street smarts. Just a little bit. A little bit. I'm from North Philly. I can survive a little bit. Their situation is destined to turn out badly. So if I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, a lot of people say that if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or I'm having a bad day. So some people call on the hotline like I was having a bad day. I'm like, well, it's only 11:30. Let's try to make the rest of your day be a little bit okay. How can we let's talk about making the rest of your day, not the whole day, because it's not even a whole day yet. You know it's 11:30. Let's try to make the rest of the day be a good day. Now, some ruminating thoughts are, I'm always in my head. I have racing thoughts. I'm constantly dwelling on things. I can't shut my mind off. I tend to overthink things. This can affect many different mental health conditions, such as depression, anxiety, phobias, and PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. And they may involve ruminating thoughts. However, in some cases, rumination may just occur in the wake of a specific traumatic event, such as a failed relationship. So, Miss Carla, when you say leave me alone, you feel as though you're being attacked. And if you only knew, means you don't feel like you're being heard. Now let's talk about these mental health conditions: depression, anxiety, phobia, and PTSD. I'm not going to get heavy into this. Remember, go to your doctor, talk to your primary care doctor. If you have a psychiatrist and a therapist, talk to them about depression, anxiety, the phobias, and the PTSD. So depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. How often you feel the sadness, the loss of interest? How are you, like not doing things that you used to do, going out with friends, staying in the house, not cooking, not watching your favorite TV shows, not going to church, not interacting with family, the loss of interest of things. And anxiety, frequently having intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. Phobias is by an irrational, unrealistic persistence and this excessive fear of an object or situation. Phobias typically result in a rapid onset of fear and are usually present for more than 6 months. And then post-traumatic stress disorder is a mental health condition triggered by a terrifying event causing flashback, nightmares, and severe anxiety. If you ever had a negative thought being stuck in a loop, you've experienced ruminating thoughts. Many people encounter rumination occasionally, especially after they're going through a difficult event or emotional experience. But these kind of thought patterns can affect some people more seriously. I'm going to go into the curse, not the curse of the bad language. I was talking to my niece about, they say, words, when you're thinking bad about yourself. I'm not good enough. I never can do anything right. I'm never going to become anything. Nobody loves me. I don't fit in anywhere. You're cursing yourself. You got to build yourself up. So those words are, those are curse words that you're putting out there. So I again went to the dictionary and I was looking up the word curse. Curse is a synonym. And it's also a noun. So that means you have to put action into that thing. Again, you're putting it out there. You're putting those negative energy out there. So I looked in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, and it has five different things for curse. The number one, it says a prayer of invocation or form of harm or injury to come up upon. People believe that there is a curse on a house, so you can put a curse on a house. Number two, a profane or obscene oath or word. Number three, something that is cursed or accursed. Number four, evil or misfortune that comes as if in response of an imprecation or a retribution. And number five, it says a curse, a cause of great harm or misfortune, torment. So we grow up hearing these things basically from people that we're around. So I'm gonna really get back to why I fought so hard when my uncle was saying that my name was Kimberly. And I was like, we were arguing back and forth. I'm like, Bo, that's not my name. Like, my name is not Kimberly. And he was like, your name is, I said, Bo, how you gonna tell me what my name is? So I was at the kitchen table. I was remembering when my mom came in to check my homework. And I had wrote at the top of the paper, Kimberly Josie. And she looked at the paper and she said, who Kimberly Josie? And I was like, well, I don't like my name. And my mom was like, you don't like your name? My mom was a peculiar woman, guys. She was a peculiar woman. She said, I push you out. I didn't know I was having twins. I was in labor for a long time. And your name is your name. My mom made me write my name 2,000 times. My name is Kimble. My name is Kimble. I didn't even finish my homework. And I went to school and my teacher asked me, I gave my teacher the 2,000 times, my name is Kimble. And my teacher said, well, where's your homework? I said, I did some of it. Here's what I did. And I let her know that my mom did not like my name, me turning in my name, that my name was Kimberly Josie. So I told my teacher I had to give all the paper, all the homework that I gave turned in with Kimberly Josie on it. I had to take it back, erase it, and put my name was Kimble Josie. And my mom wanted to see that I changed it to Kimble Josie. And the reason why I did not like my name being Kimble was because at that time, the popular dog food that was out was kibble and bits. So you can imagine my name being Kimble Josie. Kids called me Kibbles and Bits, Kibbles and Bits, Kibbles and Bits. And I got teased every single day being called dog food. And my mom said, you will understand what your name means in due time. And I'll tell you what my name means in due time. So when you're growing up thinking, feeling, and hearing these curse words, I am unlovable, I am not enough, the world is evil, I'm always alone, I'm powerless, I'll never feel safe, I have to be perfect, everyone just uses me, I'll never get things right, everything is just temporary, I'm a burden. Those are curse words. Back in biblical times, the concern was about keeping the speech on the straight and narrow and speaking in ways that lifted folks up. We don't have that right now. Instead of dragging them down. Everything right now is a competition. It's all over social media. I got this, I'm good. I got that, I'm good. Everything is a competition. No one is lifting you up right now. So when I was talking to my niece, I was like, listen, you got to lift yourself up. If you're having a bad day, again, it doesn't have to end that way. Your day can be good. Give yourself some grace. Pick yourself up. Don't have those thoughts. And she's like, well, I don't know how to change those thoughts. I know how to change the thoughts. So when I was having those thoughts, I squeezed my husband's hand. When I was in Hawaii, I was telling my husband, I said, I'm so scared. I don't want to, have this thing with, spreading my dad's ashes. First of all, I didn't want to do it, but I made a promise to my father. But I didn't want to turn it into something religious. I didn't want to turn it into something like a ritual. And I didn't want to be so emotional doing it because I made a promise to my dad. I think I'm doing pretty good with it. So I was able to get myself together, get myself strengthened up to do this. Be his baby girl, be strong, and I was able to push through it, do what I needed to do, and spread my dad's ashes in Hawaii. And as we was walking away, I was able to squeeze my husband's hand, and I smiled. I was like, baby, I really did it. I really did it. A tear came down my eye, and I was like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I said he would be really proud of me. And my husband was like, it wasn't that bad. And I was like, no, it wasn't. I started smiling. I was so happy. And I was like, let's go back, to the hotel and, keep this feeling going. Like I didn't want it to be a somber day. I did not want to be dragged down into grief. This morning when I woke up, because tomorrow is the anniversary of my dad's death, we have to bury my mother on Monday. But we just buried my grandmother 5 months ago. We had 4 major losses within a year in my family. 4. I am grieving. I am. This morning, I did not get up to work out. I did not get up to do my 6 a.m. prayer with my prayer family. I got up at 6 o'clock. I did. I got up. I said, nope, I'm going to lay back down. My clock went off at 7:45. I got up and I said, nope, I'm going to lay back down. I don't want to do anything. My husband called me, said, hey, babe, my phone on. I'm just checking on you. I said, okay. He said, you up? I said, yep, I'm up. I laid back down. My mom was like, Kimble, just lay here. You don't have to get up until 11, 10 o'clock because you work from home today. My mind was just saying, stay there. Just to be stuck. I had to pull myself out of that. Kimble, don't lay there all day. Don't do that. Get yourself up. Get yourself dressed. I did 2 major things today. I'm so happy. Oh, look, hallelujah, God. Hallelujah, God. I did 2 major things. Listen, I got 2 more payments on that credit card, and that credit card can be deuces for me. Deuces for me. I don't owe them nothing. Okay? A1 credit for this lady over here. A1. I don't owe them nothing. I was able to get myself out of that bed, not forcibly. I didn't drag myself out of the bed. I got myself out of that bed and I said, I will not put this grief in my system today. What helps me? It might not, it might help you, it might be uplifting to you. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. The tongue can be used as a weapon to harm and destroy, or as a tool to build to heal. What kind of impact do your words have? Is it about spreading kindness and not cursing folks? Can you be able to uplift somebody? Are you strong enough to take those ruminating thoughts and say, not today? Ephesians 4:29 says, don't let nothing foul or dirty come out of your mouth. Say only what helps, each a word of or gift. Now, Ephesians 4:29. Don't let, I just read that, didn't I? I just read that. Okay. Proverbs 17:22, and this is the ESV version. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. First Peter 5:8, this is the ESV version again. Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around you like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. You don't think he's coming after you when you're down like that? When you're talking down to yourself like that? When you're feeling low like that? He's sending his soldiers for you. He wants you. Shout out to Elder Sherelle as well, because today I was on another one. I ain't feel down. I was going the other way. She was like, "Oh no, you ain't going to do that." I was like, "Yeah, I am." She said, "No, you're not going to do that." 2 Timothy 1:7, this is the ESV version. For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but a power of love and self-control. You can control them thoughts. Matthew 15:11 out of the ESV version again. It is not what goes into the mouth that defies a person, but what comes out of your mouth that defies a person. If you was as a child, if you heard those things from someone, from a parent, from an aunt, from an uncle, turn it around. You are not what someone else told you you were. You are lovable. You deserve happiness. You're capable of love. You can be trusted. You are enough. You are a good person. You can succeed. Others will help you. Whew, Jesus. You can do things even though it's hard. Life has hills and valleys, honey. You are worthy of whatever you desire, but you got to work for it. You got to work for it. Today will be your best day. Be grateful for another day of life. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are loved by God. You're going to turn down the volume to the negative in your life. First of all, you want to walk away from it. I told someone yesterday, he said he was getting bullied all through his childhood. And I told him, I said, I got bullied through my childhood too. And he said, well, how do you handle it now as an adult? He's 25. I said, first of all, As a child, I did not have the option of walking away or leaving when I was a child. So as an adult, if somebody invites me somewhere and their people or friends are talking about me or mistreating me, I had the option of leaving. I ain't got to cuss or fuss at nobody. I ain't got to fight nobody. I will just, hey, such and such, thank you for inviting me. I'm out. I ain't got to stay no place where somebody going to talk about me and mistreat me. Why should I stay there? You have the option of leaving. And if somebody is, you invite somebody to your house and they're mistreating you or disrespecting you, you have the option of telling them to get out. Sorry, person. You ain't going to disrespect me in my crib. Listen, I did not figure out. I said my mom was a peculiar woman. Peculiar. My mom did not know she was having twins at all. Back in 1978, that blessed year, she was having this baby. She pushed, and this child came out. And then they told her, Miss Josie, you have to push again. Can you imagine that? She pushed the child out, and they're like, wait a minute, you have to push again. And she pushed again. And here comes your lovely daughter coming out. My mom didn't wake up until 3 days later. So she had us August 3rd. According to the story, she woke up on August 6th. So I don't know, because they're both deceased now. Grandmom's deceased, mom's deceased. So I just love telling the story. It's going to stay with us because that's how it is. My grandmother said she actually named us because my mom was going to name us breakfast and lunch. So me and my sister say it didn't matter. They just didn't want to be named. You know, which one of us was going to take breakfast or lunch, right? So my mom said, you'll one day learn that your name means something, that your name has power. Now, remember back then we didn't have the World Wide Web. We didn't have Google or none of that stuff. Oh, Jesus. As I was doing my research on all of this tonight, I ended up Googling my name. The meaning of my name means bold ruler, warrior, chief, war leader. Kimble is a boy's name. It fit for a feisty and quick-witted little one. I was a tomboy. This name fits me. Regardless if my grandmother or my mother named me, this name was the name that my mother gave me. If you're in a place right now at this time, and you have these thoughts, these negative thoughts, these ruminating thoughts, speak life each and every time a negative or ruminating comes in your mind. By God's grace, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Jesus Christ died on the cross for you. You are covered in his precious, redeeming blood. Jesus purchased, which meaning he had a compensation. He bought your sins. You did nothing wrong. You're worthy to him. If you feel unloved, stretch out your hands and give him your mercy. If you feel like you can't do nothing right now, fall on your knees and cry out to the Father. Let him know that you surrender. Take his hand. Pluck out those negative thoughts. Pluck out the hate you have. Pluck out the low self-esteem. Pluck out the low confidence. Just take it away, remove it. Because I will tell you that he took this impossible, this teen mother that just had a GED with 2 daughters. I had a bachelor's, then a master's. I've been married 3 times. I'm an author with 2 books. You have to speak power into your life. I like this show to my mother, Carolyn Josie, because the fire that burns in me came from my mother. And now I know why she named me Kimble. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon lately. Have a good night.